Hi, if you are here to understand how 3D laser scanning can go from point clouds to BIM models and support your BIM for operation and maintenance, you are in the right place. To keep it simple, scan to BIM is the process of digitally capturing a physical space or site as a laser scan data, which is then used for creation or development and maintenance of the BIM model. So within this video, we'll understand how we can bring the point cloud to the recap platform, which is you can see in your screen right now. And after that, we will understand how from the recap, we can go and import the point cloud within the Revit environment to build our model. And in this case, we are using the library here in Kingswood, Wisconsin University. And finally, how we can bring more files and more maintenance information to that model by using the Navisworks platform. Firstly, we need to understand how we can bring the point cloud data from the laser scanning team to the Autodesk or Recap environment. So firstly, this is Recap Pro Autodesk, which is mainly the main platforms from Autodesk that help you to visualize the point cloud so you can understand and read it, do the indexing. So firstly, you need to have a new project, import the point cloud. Of course, you need to name that project, and click on proceed. You need to select the file to import. Importantly here, the file format should be as a .e57, okay, file format. Once you click OK, so after that, the first thing, the intended of software try to import it. So once this is happening, which is 100%, you need to start import the files. So you need to click there. After that, you start actually doing the indexing, which is will happen okay as we go. This process it could take several minutes based on the size of your projects, but it's important to make sure that your file are able to be on the recap format. So later we can import that file to the Autodesk Revit. Uh, in this case, we are using 2022, but sometimes, okay, but you can use it whatever the version, but just keep in your mind, keep the same version for Revit Autodesk all the time because you cannot back in the version, but you can upgrade it, of course. Once you finish indexing, you will be able to open your file and launch it. So you can start actually visualizing your point cloud and see how the model will look like. Even you can start actually select different options, okay, like seeing the elevation, to understand the elevation is happening there, sometimes the intensity that help you to like segregate more information. You can back to the normal. Even from the lighting, you can have different options that will help you to understand like how the scanning has been done. So once we have this process ready, so that means you have the recap file that we will use it to move to the Revit file environment where actually we can start building our BIM model. So later we can use it for Navisworks. So now you need to open your Autodesk Revit, which is I will do in a bit. In this video, I'm using the Revit Autodesk 2022. As I mentioned, you can use the version that you have. However, remember that you cannot pack in the version, but you can upgrade it. So we need to have a new file. I'll choose the architectural template. Make sure that you're creating a project, not a template. And just wait. So right now you are able to go in the Revit 22 project environment. So what we need to do right now to import the file that we have actually developed from the recap within the Revit environment. So I will go to the insert. Since our file is not written here as a recap file, but our file is point cloud. So we need to go to the point cloud here, and make sure that the format downstairs is .recap, because that is the file that we need to use for this. That is the format that we need to use for this exercise. So now I will click on the file, which is in this case, the library.rcb. Make sure it is center to center and click open. And right now, you will be able to see the point cloud file within the Revit environment. Remember that this is still a point cloud file. You are able here to read the dimensions, visualize it, but still it is as a link, as a point cloud recap file link within the Revit environment. So from that, we need to start actually build our model. So of course, there is different way to do that, because that it depends on your projects. But all the time, remember that you need to make sure that the project browser actually it is opened here. If in the case you don't have it, please go to the view and go to the view browser and make sure that user interface, and make sure that your project properties and properties are open, because we need it when we start actually looking to the project from different perspective, to start actually having the references. So for example, okay, let's say I have this here, I have this wall. So maybe, for example, you can start going to the wall. Of course, in Revit, we have different kind of wall, architectural or structurals, okay? I will give a symbol in this video. So if you start actually having the wall and adding the wall like this, so you will start building your wall as a 3D model, okay, in the environment. As you can see here, the wall actually is just kind of like flying, on the building, because we need to align the wall from both perspective, as a horizontally and vertically, to make sure that what we try to build here, will reflect what we have on the point cloud. During that process, it's important to give attention to the elevation view, because firstly, you need to set your levels, and you can also change the unit for your project. Because for example here, like make it in meter, millimeter. It depends on what actually you are looking to do in the project, based on the length, area, speed, whatever, because that could be something to make the things easy. But all the time, you need to give attention to the elevation view and the floor view, because that will help you to start actually aligning, adjusting each elements in your project. Of course, sometimes maybe you need to have some images from the real project to understand the material. But in general, the point cloud will help you to start, making the referencing for the stuff. Something is important before, like, show you how it could be the final model look like. Some elements like this, like when you have names and stuff, you can use some massing to do it. Like even some elements like columns, structure, walls. Here upstairs, you can find all the options. You need also, to keep in your mind what is the purpose for doing this model. As usually we use the architectural models to elements to build, but sometimes you can jump to the structural elements. So you need to make sure that what is the scope of the model that you are actually transferring from the point cloud to the Revit environment. Once you have done that, so you can see how actually the Revit file use the point cloud, to be aligned with, and how we build the columns and stuff. Maybe it's not that much clear. So let me just do something for you. If I hide that layer, see, you will be able now to see the element as a 3D model. So what the difference between 3D models element that we are built here and the point cloud? So actually, if you click here, you will find that actually it's an object. It's a wall. You can go inside and start editing the information about that wall. You can add the information about the manufacturer, any URL file, file rating, all the cost, all the information that you need about that model. Previously, we couldn't do that, because here it's just a cloud, it is a point cloud file. It's just one entity. But with the Revit file that we have built based on that, no, we start actually build it as an element. Here, for example, this kind of elements like the logo for Western Sydney, we build it as a massing. We have the columns, we have all details of the library. Even we made the details that in the front of the building. So that will help you, to easily start actually rebuild or develop the BIM model for your 3D scanning that we have done from the recap, so that enabling what we try to achieve from the digital twin. But still, apart from the element that we have, maybe sometimes we need to add more informations like some websites, some documents. So where we can do that, actually where we need to go to the Navisworks, which is, I will show you right now. So right now we are in Autodesk Navisworks Managed 2020. You need to make sure that you are using Autodesk Managed 2020, not the simulation one. Here we will learn how to successfully import the information that we have done from Autodesk Revit 2020 to the Navisworks environment, which will help us to use our model for maintenance and as a digital twin. So you can go to the append first here. And after that, you need to open your file, which is in Revit format. Make sure all the time that you check downstairs that the files of the type should be all the types. So open it. And that is one of the power, of the Navisworks, that you are able to open any file, wherever that formats, because Navisworks has the capability to do that. So once we open it, we will be able to see our file here that we have created there. And as you can see, it is actually more lean, and you can click on each object separately. So in each object, you can find that you can add select link as an add link, or you can even add some files. So for example, let's say I need to add any link for the library. So if I click on that link, I can name it info or any maintenance information. I can even add the file from as attachment, or even just add the link like this and click OK. So every time you can go here, you can find, the link downstairs. So for example, once you click there, I can go to that link, or for example, you can add any kind of the file for any items. So that will help us to share this model with the maintenance and operation teams. Easily we can open it, or even you can even use it for IFC file model, or actually you can add different kind of information, even as a document or even as a link file. So that will help us to go from what we have done from the point cloud to have a 3D model where we can add data to it. Because there is no point to reach just or to build the 3D object model without have the data. So the physical data has been actually done within the Revit environment, but the maintenance and operation data can be done easily here in the Navisworks environment. So from the point cloud, recap, Revit, and Navisworks, hopefully you understand how the process to build your digital twin for scan to BIM process, where you can use it, for operation stage. Thank you for watching this video.